So the past couple of days, we've been looking at this crisis. In a lot of ways, if we're honest, the church has been in crisis mode or going into crisis mode because we don't have a church full of people who know Jesus. We have a church where we're suffering. There are the greatest growing population faith-wise are nuns. And I'm not talking about religious sisters, are people who have just walked away from faith. So how do we begin to grasp this reality? How do we begin to tackle this problem? I want to encourage you, if you are, whether you're a parent, whether you're working in the church, or whether you're just a normal layperson who's trying to share their faith, that the solution is first and foremost focusing on our relationship with Jesus and how we grow in our faith. And then how we go from there and how we share our faith with other people. We can't forget that God invites us into community. God invites us into relationship with himself and with the church, but calls us to go out and calls us to go out with the power of the Holy Spirit. And so we might feel like the crisis is overwhelming or that, maybe we feel alone. But the reality is the solution is Jesus Christ. The solution is the church. But we have to find new and effective ways to do this. When we talk about the new evangelization, it really is a new method, a new ardor, a new passion in teaching people about Jesus. That as we go back to that, we want to introduce people to the person of Jesus. And then be able to build on that, to be able to teach on top of that what we believe as Catholics and why it's so important and how we live out our faith. And so over the next 3 days, I am so excited about relaunching a product that we had originally designed just for parents, but now we're relaunching it in a broader sense. It's called Sharing Faith. And it is an opportunity for you to really look at how do I grow in my relationship with God? And then going forth from there, how do I share that with other people, especially with kids, if we're working in a church context, but it's applicable to people across a broad spectrum. How do we take the basics of our faith, and we'll look at different topics like prayer, like the person of Jesus, like the Mass, and sexuality, and all these really important topics. And really first stop and understand them ourselves. Stop and understand how we grow in prayer, how we grow in our own understanding so we can give that to other people. You can't give what you don't have. And so this Sharing Faith course is all about realizing I need to grow myself first to be able to share that with other people. But then to rely on the Holy Spirit to really look and say, we can make a difference. And so this program is applicable whether you're a parent, whether you're working with in a ministry context in a church, so you can help other parents, you can help other catechists, you can really have a new tool to do this effectively. I don't believe there's any one single silver bullet that's going to solve every problem in the church, but we got to do something different. We got to start somewhere, and I believe that this Sharing Faith course is really going to make a difference and an impact in your own personal faith, your own walk with Jesus, your own understanding of the church, but then give you a practical tool, practical tips on how to teach that, how to go forth and share that with other people. So over the next 3 days, this course will be open, and it's a value that we want to offer to you, and really hope that you'll check out when the cart opens tomorrow. It'll only be open for a short amount of time, so make sure you check it out. There'll be 3 different levels. You can come on board with us and walk through this process with us of learning how to grow in our own faith, but then to share that faith with other people. So check that out. Be on the lookout for our email tomorrow.